I hardly thought my stuff about ice creams would attract that much attention, but Smooth Jock says the much vaunted story, which I understand made it into a bishop's eulogy, that La Thatcher invented Mr Whippy, so-called ice cream, reminds me of a lecture I attended on Langmuir Blodgett molecules. A woman scientist called Margaret Hilda Roberts did some interesting work using the molecules in the food and confectionery industry. Sadly, no one ever heard of her again. Well, I, 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 I know of this story, and it's all about soft serve ice cream. But the point is that Mrs Thatcher worked for Lions and not for Mr Whippy, and the soft serve ice cream that we have today comes from Mr Softy in 1956, not Mr Whippy. The story of ice cream, that ice cream battle between Softy and Whippy, and whether Whippy was franchising off Mr Softy and so on. It was Walls that purchased the Whippy organisation in the end and developed an industry in the UK. And Whippy developed, in fact, because it failed to get the rights to the Softy franchise, and therefore it's set up as a rival here. But Mrs Thatcher was not part of that industrial battle. It's true that she was involved in some sort of soft ice cream recipe thing that was compatible with Softy's machinery. But I think the idea that Thatcher was central to the Whippy revolution in 1961 is the same sort of rubbish that claims that Thomas Jefferson invented the ice cream to eat in the White House when he was the incumbent and before he left the White House to the nation. It's simply that ice cream has traditionally been the preserve of the rich all the way back to Nero and Charles I or Charles II. And therefore it's a metaphor. It's a symbol of power. And it's not found in fact. It's flaky to make another allusion to Mr Whippy and the what is it, the 99. But we come back to the same thing about cacophony, about noise. Kebab shops don't have chimes to indicate that they're turning and that they're starting for business. Local shop vendors no longer have chimes. Streetwalkers don't have chimes. Dogs, of course, or cats have little bells around their necks. Goats have little bells around their necks. Cows in the Bavarian mountains have bells around their necks. That's the only link that I can think of where sound is indicating a passing trade. Look, oh, there's a cow. Milk.